friends, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to AS Tutor Point. Today we'll go through biological explain, that is cells and tissues, the building block of life. From Robert Hooke's microscope to the tissues that keep you moving, a complete visual journey through the fundamental unit of life. So what is cell? In 1665, Robert Hooke examined a thin slice of cork under a self-designed microscope. He saw tiny box-like compartments that resembled a honeycomb and named them cells, from the Latin word for a little room. Why it mattered? It was the first time anyone had seen that living things are made up of separate units. The word cell is still used in biology today. Cell is a Latin word for a little room. Cells were later observed dividing, giving rise to the idea that all cells come from pre-existing cells. How we got here? Building the cell theory. In 1665, Robert Hooke observes cork cells, coins the term cell. In 1674, Leo van Hooke discovers free living cells in pond water using an improved microscope. In 1831, Robert Brown discovers the nucleus inside cells. In 1838-39, Sheldon and Shrevan proposed the cell theory. All plants and animals are made of cells. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow expands the theory all cells arise from pre-existing cells. In 1940, electron microscope reveals the complex structure of organelles inside cell. Cell theory in short, all living organisms are made up of cells, and cells are the basic structure and fundamental functional unit of life. One cell or many. Unicellular organisms, a single cell performed all life functions: movement, digestion, excretion. Multicellular organisms, many cells grouped together, each specializing in a particular function. Division of labor, groups of similar cells doing one job from a tissue, the next level of organization. The plasma membrane, the outermost covering of the cell, separating its content from the external environment. It allows selective movement of substances in and out, a property called selective permeability. Made of lipids and proteins, gives it flexibility, allowing shape changes as in amoeba. Selectively permeable. Some materials pass through easily, others cannot. Two-way transport movement occurs by diffusion and osmosis. Endocytosis. Larger material can enter by engulfing as amoeba does with food. Diffusion and osmosis. What is diffusion? The movement of substance from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. O2 diffuses into cells, CO2 diffuses out. This is how gas exchange and nutrient absorption happen. Osmosis, the movement of water across a selectively permeable membrane from a region of high water concentration to low water concentration. Hypotonic solution, cells gain water and swells. Hypertonic, that is cells loses water and shrinks. Isotonic solution, no net movement of water. Nucleus and cytoplasm. The nucleus, a dense spherical structure enclosed by a nuclear membrane with pores that let material move in and out. Contains chromosomes, thread-like structures carrying genes that pass information from parents to offspring. Directs and controls all cellular activities and plays a key role in cell division. The cytoplasm. The fluid contained inside the plasma membrane surrounding the nucleus contains cell organelles each performing a specific function for the cell. Prokaryotic cells contain only some of these organelles. Eukaryotic cells contain them all membrane enclosed. Meet the organelles. Endoplasmic reticulum, we also call ER, a network of membrane tubes, rough ER, with ribosomes, makes proteins. Smooth ER makes lipids and helps detoxify. Golgi apparatus, stacks of membrane vesicles that package and dispatch materials made by the ER to their targets. Lysosome, the cell's suicidal bags, membrane sacs full of digestive enzymes that clear waste and foreign materials. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, makes ATP the energy currency through cellular respiration. Plastids, found only in plant cells. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll for photosynthesis. Others store starch, oils, or pigments. Vacuoles, storage sacs of solids or liquids. Plant cell vacuoles are large, maintain turgidity. Next is prokaryotic versus eukaryotic. So, prokaryotic, its size is 1 to 10 micrometer, generally small. Eukaryotic has 5 to 100 micrometer, generally large. In nuclear region, prokaryotic poorly defined nucleoid, no nuclear membrane. In eukaryotic, well defined, surrounded by a nuclear membrane. Chromosomes, in prokaryotic a single chromosome, in eukaryotic cell more than one chromosome. Membrane bound organelles, prokaryotic in absent and in eukaryotic it's present. From cells to tissue. Coming to the part 2. A tissue is a group of cells similar in structure that work together to perform a specific function. Since cells within a tissue share the same job, the body works more efficiently. Plant tissue, animal tissue structure meets function. So, meristematic tissue, the growing zone. Meristematic tissue is the actively dividing tissue found only in the specific growing regions of a plant. Its shells are small with dense cytoplasm and prominent nuclei. Apical meristem, present at the growing tip of the stem and roots increasing their length. Lateral meristem, that is cambium, present on the sides of the stem and roots increase their height. Intercalary meristem, present at the base of leaves or internodes, adds length at those points. Permanent tissue, that is simple types, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Living cells, thin walls loosely packed with large intercellular spaces, stores food, some with chlorophyll photosynthesis as collenchyma. Air-filled parenchyma helps aquatic plants float. Living cells with thickened corners, little intercellular space found below the epidermis of leaf stalks, gives flexibility and mechanical support without breaking. Dead cells with thick lignified walls and no internal space makes tissue hard and stiff, found in nut cells, seed and vascular bundle coverings. We'll go through complex tissue, that is xylem and phloem, made of more than one type of cells all coordinating together as a vascular bundle of transport materials. In xylem, transport water and minerals upward from roots to every other part of the plant also provides mechanical strains. Examples are given below. and in phloem transports food that is prepared by leaves to other parts of the plant and unlike xylem moves it in both directions. Companion cells and phloem, parenchyma and other examples. Protective tissue that is epidermis and cork. Epidermis, the outermost layer of cells covering the whole plant, usually a single layer, tightly packed with no intercellular spaces, covered by a waxy, waterproof cuticle that reduces water loss. Root epidermis has hair-like extensions that absorb water and minerals. Leaf epidermis has pores called stomata for gas exchange and transpiration, guarded by kidney-shaped guard cells. Cork. As stems age, the outer protective covering is replaced by cork, produced by the cork cambium, a secondary meristem. Cells are dead and compactly arranged with no intercellular spaces. Cell walls are coated with suberin, making them impervious to gases and water. Protects the plant against infection and water loss, replacing the epidermis on woody stems. Next is epithelial tissue. The covering. Epithelial tissue covers most organs and cavities within the body. Cells are tightly packed, forming a continuous sheet with little to no intercellular space, protecting what lies beneath. Squamous. Simple flat cells form a thin, delicate lining found in blood vessels, oesophagus, lung, alveoli. Cuboidal, that is cube-shaped cells often forming ducts found in kidney tubules and salivary glands. Columnar, tall pillar-like cells found lining the intestine, aiding absorption and secretion. Ciliated, that is columnar cells with hair-like cilia that moves mucus found in the respiratory tract. Next is connective tissue, the binder. Cells are loosely spaced, embedded in a matrix that may be jelly-like, fluid, dense, or rigid, connecting and supporting other tissues and organs. Areolar tissue fills space inside organs, supports internal organs, and helps repair tissues. Adipose tissue stores fat between organs and under skin. Acts as an insulator. Bone. Strong rigid matrix of calcium and phosphorus compounds giving the body its framework. Tendons and ligaments. Tendons contain muscles to bone. Ligaments connect bone to bone. Cartilage. Smooth bone surfaces at joints found in the nose, ear, and trachea. Blood. A fluid matrix carrying RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. Transports gases, nutrition, and waste. Muscular and nervous tissue. Muscular tissue made of elongated cells called muscle fibers containing special contractile proteins that shorten and relax to cause movement. Skeleton, it is striated, that is volantal, long and cylindrical, multinucleate, banded appearance, attached to bones. Smooth, involuntary, spindle shaped, single nucleus found in the alimentary canal blood vessels. Cardiac, involuntary branch, cylindrical, uninucleate, found only in the heart, contracts rhythmically. Nervous tissue, made of neurons, cells specialized to receive stimuli and conduct nerve impulses rapidly across the body. Cell body and nucleus. Dendrites receive signals. Axon conducts the impulse. Nerve ending, that is, pass it on. So lastly, we have what we have learned, and the recap of the session is: a cell is the fundamental structure and functional unit of life. Organelles, that is membrane, nucleus, Golgi, mitochondria, plastids, each do a specific job. A tissue is a group of similar cells working together for one function. Plant tissues, meristemi, that is dividing and permanent, simple and complex. Animal tissues, that is epithelial, connective, muscular and nervous. So this is it from today's session. Hope you have learned something new and it increased your knowledge. Please like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. Thanks for watching.